AITAH for refusing to attend my cousin's wedding because her fiancé was one of the high school bullies who tormented me. I, 28 am a black man, and I've lived my whole life trying to rise above the discrimination and prejudice that came my way, especially during high school. Growing up in a predominantly white town wasn't easy, and my time in high school was honestly one of the worst periods of my life because of the bullying I endured from a group of white classmates. There was one guy in particular, let's call him Chad, 29 who was the leader of this group. Chad made my life hell. Every day at school, I was subjected to racist jokes, physical intimidation, and constant humiliation. Chad and his friends would call me derogatory names, make fun of my skin color, and even throw things at me in the hallways. The teachers rarely intervened, and when they did, they brushed it off as boys being boys. The worst part was how alone I felt. None of my classmates stood up for me, and I didn't want to make things worse by telling my family. I barely made it through those years, but I did make it, and since then, I've tried to move on. I went to college, got a great job, and surrounded myself with people who accept me for who I am. I have a diverse group of friends, including several white friends who I consider family, and my girlfriend, Emma, 27F, is white as well. I don't harbor any hatred toward white people, I just despise racists, regardless of skin color. Now, fast forward to the present. My cousin, Tanya, 26F, recently got engaged. I was happy for her, she's a wonderful person and deserves the best. That happiness quickly faded when I found out who she was marrying, Chad. Yes, that Chad, the guy who led the group of bullies that tormented me all through high school. When I first heard the news, I couldn't believe it. It felt like some kind of sick joke. I haven't seen or spoken to Chad since we graduated, and frankly, I never wanted to see him again. Tanya doesn't know the full extent of what happened to me in high school. My family knows some of it, but I never went into all the details, I think because part of me felt ashamed, and another part wanted to forget. I didn't want to be the victim forever, so I buried those memories and moved on with my life. But hearing that Chad was going to marry my cousin brought everything rushing back to the surface. I started having nightmares again, reliving those days in high school where I was helpless, surrounded by people who hated me for the color of my skin. I realized I couldn't be anywhere near Chad and his group of friends, many of whom will be attending the wedding. It's like being forced to walk back into the lion's den after surviving a brutal attack. A few weeks ago, Tanya asked me about attending the wedding. I hesitated, and she noticed. That's when I told her I wouldn't be going. She was shocked and asked why, so I finally told her the truth, that Chad and his friends bullied me throughout high school, and I simply couldn't face him, let alone celebrate his marriage. I also mentioned that some of those same bullies would be at the wedding, which makes the whole situation unbearable for me. Tanya was upset but said she understood. I thought that was the end of it. However, over the past few days, things have escalated. Word spread within our family that I'm refusing to attend the wedding, and suddenly I'm the bad guy. My aunts and uncles have been calling me, saying I need to let the past go and that people change. My own parents, while understanding my feelings, are also pressuring me to go. They want to save face and keep peace within the family. They keep saying things like, it's not about Chad, it's about Tanya, or you don't want to cause a scene at her wedding. But here's where it gets really messed up. Some of Chad's old friends, the ones who also bullied me, found out that I wasn't coming, and now they're calling me a reverse racist. They're saying I'm refusing to attend the wedding just because Chad is white, which couldn't be further from the truth. They've twisted the narrative to make it seem like I'm the one with the problem, not them. Chad himself reached out to me, claiming that he's grown up and that high school was just a phase. He didn't even apologize, he just brushed it off like it was nothing, saying that we all did stupid things as kids. Now, even Tanya is upset with me. She's bought into Chad's version of events, where I'm the one holding a grudge for no reason, and Chad is just the guy who made some harmless jokes in high school. She thinks I'm overreacting, and my refusal to go is making her look bad in front of her in-laws. My parents are siding with Tanya, telling me to be the bigger person and attend the wedding for the sake of family unity. But how can I be the bigger person when no one, not even Chad, has acknowledged the pain they put me through? How can I sit there and watch him get married to my cousin, surrounded by the same people who made my life a living hell? The thought of walking into that room and seeing their faces makes me feel sick. It's not just about the bullying, it's about the trauma, the years of feeling like I didn't belong, like I was less than human in their eyes. And to top it all off, I'm being labeled a racist for not attending. It's infuriating because I have plenty of white friends who know about my past and support my decision. My girlfriend, Emma, who is as white as they come, has been incredibly understanding and supportive. She's the one who's been helping me work through this mess, reminding me that I'm not in the wrong for protecting my mental health. Yet despite all this, my family is slowly turning against me. They know I have legitimate reasons for not wanting to go, but they care more about keeping up appearances. They want me to put on a smile, act like nothing's wrong, and pretend that Chad and his friends didn't ruin my high school experience. I feel trapped. On one hand, I don't want to hurt Tanya, and I understand that she's caught in the middle of all this. But on the other hand, I can't sacrifice my well-being for the sake of family unity, especially when it involves people who traumatized me. So, AITAH for refusing to go to my cousin's wedding because her fiancé was one of the high school bullies who tormented me?